to begin our afternoon.
Yes. And after all our partying on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it was the coolest. A spiritual party.
Yeah, we needed this.
Yes.
Because it was a lot of energy. Good energy.
See. Hopefully we can get online. We'll see.
Oh, no.
We were having technical difficulties this morning.
Are we online?
Yes, we are.
Oh, gosh, you guys. We've been, worried because my internet's been out all morning.
Yeah.
So here we go. Hi, Tiffany. Happy New Year.
There we go.
My New Year's thing is I'm going to get glasses that don't have a glare.
It
would be nice for people to see my eyes.
I know, exactly.
Instead of white lights.
Go like this for a minute so they can...
I don't want to. Okay. Because then you see my bags. Okay.
So we have some news.
No thanks.
We have some news coming up.
We do?
Yes, we do. I can't
Aloha,
wait.
hey.
I cannot wait.
Hoy, I meant.
For some events that are coming up, some classes this month. I almost said this week, this month. Tarot. It's going to be awesome. It's a tarot class.
Yes.
Did I do that?
A little bit, that's okay.
Or whatever that lady's name is. But yeah, so there's going to be a tarot class this month. You can check it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love when you do that. I don't know why.
So yeah.
Hi, Kathy.
That'll be so cool.
Kathy was at our little shindig in Roxanne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Tiffany.
Yeah. I was going up.
Yeah.
All right. So, fun. What else do we want to talk about? We have the Tarot. It's 2 weekends in a row.
Yes, it's going to be the history of Tarot and the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
part 1.
Yeah. And then the cards part 2, right?
Well, no, it's practical application part 2.
That's going to be super
We're going to learn
cool.
the cards on in the first one.
All right.
It probably goes into the second one. Hi, Tack. Hi, Sanal. Thank you for the information, Tack. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it was. As usual. Very awesome.
Yeah. As usual.
We appreciate you so much.
So much. All of you.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We want to include everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you would like to be a part of the Tarot class, you can go to events on our website at Soul's Enlightenment and check that out.
And it's to also take away the stigma of it being scary.
Yeah.
Or that it has evil attached to it, because that's not the intent for the cards.
Why do you think it has that?
Well, because it was scary back in the Renaissance times.
The things,
and even before.
The things that we didn't understand.
Right.
Scared us as a whole, right?
Yeah.
Scared people.
And then it's actually metaphors. It's not literal. So the death card is not you're going to die.
Right.
That's between you and your contract with God. So, and you have leeway. You know, if I would say, oh yeah, it says on your chart that you're going to die when you're 22, guess what? You have so many exit points, and then you can stretch it either way. What? 15?
7. Yeah, it's like a 15 window, a 15-year window. You can go 7 years before, or anywhere in between, or 7 years later. Mm-hmm. That's kind of nice. So it's not like on this date. It's up to us.
It's up to us. When we're done, when we're ready, when we think we finished and completed our chart the way we want it to, then that's it. Yay. Crystal class, we're going to do that one for sure. Because I love that.
That will be cool. Did you want to show them?
Oh,
show and tell?
This is the gift I got from my angel.
Isn't that nice?
I know. I'm calling them an angel because I don't know who they are. But they're an angel on earth. So I'm going to light this right now because it's a selenite candle. And that's like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Hi, Nana. And Lynn. Hi, Lynn.
This should be very pretty. I think it's going to glow maybe even.
It might, if it was dark enough in here.
It's a very cleansing
crystal,
right?
It actually neutralizes negativity in the room within you. It's an amazing, powerful crystal. And it actually cleans all the other crystals. So can you imagine? This never has to be, nice. It does need to be cleansed, but not charged, because it's always charged.
That is so pretty.
Yeah, see?
Oh, how pretty is that?
But you can't really see, right?
That's gorgeous.
Woo. I like anything that shimmers and glitters.
Yeah. Oh, Kathy has the same candle. And Sharon has some of these.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. Happy New Year to you too, Chanel.
Hi, Jennifer. Sade.
Oh, she's at work. I love it.
Who's at work?
That's fun. Jennifer. I'm actually at work. Oh, off work. I thought you said you were at work.
I've been reading things
Little
like that
coffee
all
break.
week. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
It's so interesting because it's like we feel like we're clueless, but we're not. That spiritual DNA is in there. So actually you are very knowledgeable. It's just you have to revisit it. Because once you start looking into the crystals, you'll go, oh, how did I know that?
Yes.
You know?
It's so interesting how things in the
It's
philosophy...
very intuitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It just comes out. It's really
Right,
cool.
yeah.
Through our experience, through our
Exactly.
dreams, and what have you. Okay, so we have some different topics today, Vera. What do you think we should
Well, we were
start
going to
off
finish Soul.
with? Yes.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to wrap it up and then you guys can watch it and then we can talk about it. Because I don't want to give away everything because some people were saying you're giving away everything. You know, so I'll wait till you guys see it. But basically, it's our philosophy in a 2-hour movie.
Exactly.
You know, so that's what was so exciting. And then he learns how to live life instead of just experiencing one monofocused aspect of his life. And that makes you more well-rounded, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. And how you need each other to bounce off of, to learn.
Exactly.
You know? Because he was so focused on just him. He had no friends. He had no relationship. He kind of pushed her away. So... You know, he finally found it with number 22, and then she found it in him.
Exactly.
Her purpose, her reason for wanting to live.
And one of the things, too,
love
that
it.
I thought was really cool was when number 22 was going into life at the end and she was going toward the planet. There was like a necklace that had her little purpose on this necklace. But when she was going down, the necklace was
Pulling her.
being pulled. So it was like our calling and our purpose is what pulls us
It's
to...
not just that. It's, what do we
to
talk about?
li-
Our
into
chart.
life.
Our
Exactly.
chart pulls us.
Exactly.
And
So it
that,
was like...
therein lies your purpose.
Exactly. So it was just so cool because it's like we are pulled to come into life, to follow our purpose, to do what we're doing, our mission for mother and father and our life chart and everything. So it's just like that's what pulls us to come into life. And I thought that was a cool symbology.
Yeah, there's so much symbology around here. And then him being able to finally communicate with his mother, but he needed to have his 22 with him to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because she just started repeating what he was saying. He's going, no, don't tell her that. But then it worked.
It did.
Because he was communicating for the first time.
Yeah.
All right, what else? Real quick.
You know, one thing I thought was neat. Were we done with that, or were we going to say? Because I had one more.
I have more.
Okay, great. I just thought it was really cool because one of the quotes in the movie was they were talking about how he had been waiting for something his whole life and he thought it would feel different. And there was a quote from one of the characters that was saying about how I want it to be in the ocean. I want to be in the ocean.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, never mind.
Just
We'll get
a moment.
there.
Just a moment. It's just one before that
No,
one.
please go right ahead.
Because that will explain this. Because he was so focused on just being a musician. And then his mother already knew that he needed more than that. But he hadn't. He felt like if he had music, that was complete. He didn't need anything else. But then you realize when he started talking with 22 and being around 22, it's kind of like people that become very famous, like Queen, for example.
Oh, Freddie Mercury. Yeah.
He had everything. He had the money. He had
I know.
in it all, but he had really no one to share it with.
It's so lonely, really.
Well, he would say the way he would go home because his bandmates had families.
Yeah, I
and he
know.
was by himself.
Exactly.
You know, so that's part of being more well-rounded and not just be so focused on one little aspect of your life. And then, okay, now, that's whenever he was telling her, remember, the head lady?
Yes.
That, you know, he's just can't wait to make it because that he knows everything will work out. And then she says...
Well, I thought it was amazing because she was saying, I want to be in the ocean. This is the water, not the ocean. But it was the water in the ocean. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't think they'll get it by that.
Okay, well...
She was giving him an
an analogy
yeah.
that
there was a fish.
Yeah. Like, well, you go.
Okay. There was a fish that
Describe it
was
better.
talking amongst the other fishes, and he was saying, I just want to be in the ocean. That's where I want to be. That's what I have to focus on. My life will be excellent if I was just in the ocean. And then one of the fish looked at that fish and said, well, you're in the ocean.
In the ocean.
And then he goes, no, this is just water.
Isn't that amazing?
It's the same. I mean, so you are, it seems like you don't have it, but you're there. It's just so simple that as humans, we don't get it.
Exactly.
We think it's something much more complex, and it's not.
Yeah, because we're waiting to feel different. And we think that not we personally, but sometimes we can think that if we gain this thing or reach this place, that it's going to make everything better, like the character thought. Mm-hmm. But really, we feel it's the same. We feel the same. So it was just really cool because it's like we already have it.
What you want, you already have. Because it's in here. Exactly.
It's in our life chart. We're living
I know. I don't know why I get so excited about it.
I know. It's exciting.
We already talked about the zone yesterday. And if you didn't get to be here yesterday, you can watch it for the candlelight chat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then once Joe Gardner understands and has a connection with 22, he helps her to go to Earth, right? He told her, I'll go with you. And she goes, well, you can't. He goes, no, I'll go as far as I can. So he's really, truly happy for her that she's going to be able to experience life. And he told her, I already had my chance. Now you have yours. And then he truly loved her and let her go. And then he went back and he just said, well, I'm going back because I'm dead. And that's when Jerry's popped up and said, we're usually the ones that inspire, but sometimes we're inspired by people, and you inspire us.
Isn't that awesome?
So she goes, we're going to give you another chance.
I love that.
That's exit point, people.
I love that because that's one of the things that Angus has told us before through Vera in trance is that on the other side, it's like even though things are expected, like let's say the schematic for this earth it's expected how the outcome's going to be, still they would like to be surprised. Even he was saying, even like Mother God would love to be surprised. So for us to be able to live our best life chart and live up to what we know that we can be, it's like aspiring to live our life chart in the best possible way. Then it's like we can even I don't want to say excite the other side, but they get excited. They get excited really, by what we bring ourselves to do. I remember one time you were doing a trance and it was somebody, I'm trying to remember who it was, and it was one of our soul tribe, and they got it. And you said that it was like they're all, like all their heads are down and they're like working, and then it was like, we got one because her light went off of like, she was inspired by something. I wanted to do something.
And it's almost like chimes go off and everybody claps. It's like, hey, they got it.
Yeah, so it was just really cool.
It is cool.
It reminds me of that.
Yeah.
So the other side being inspired by us.
Yeah. And remember, I don't know, Tack, if you got to see the movie, but whenever you get so focused that you become obsessed, that's whenever you start losing yourself. And that's when they called it lost souls. But it's more like your desert period. I talked about that yesterday.
Right.
So that's awesome too. Yes, Natalie, you need to see this movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
Find that spark. But the spark is only that one little tiny aspect. You have to find your purpose. Your purpose is not your spark. It's what it's trying to tell us. And that's definitely it, because we're not here just to be a great musician. We're here to inspire people to love the music that we're making that makes up our spark.
A great example of that would be like, say your purpose is helping people, and actually your theme, one of the themes that you have in many lifetimes, Angus was saying, was as a healer. But then your spark is in these different avenues, like
that turn like
information.
Past lives.
Yeah,
past lives
giving
is my spark.
Exactly.
That is my spark. Yeah.
So
but my purpose is you guys.
Yeah. So that's a great example.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Yeah. It's like my purpose is helping people in whatever way. But my spark is to do it through the art and what we're doing.
And to,
give the information that we talk about. So that's just really cool. It's very exciting because, it shows a whole nother dimension to our lives. It's not just like working for the weekend, you know?
Yeah. Like Obama says, you got to be your number one fan.
Yeah.
Right? And then you go out and inspire, and then you're inspired. So it's so awesome.
And we inspire each other. You guys inspire us with all the different stories and things that you're sharing with us constantly.
Stephanie, Joe's purpose was to inspire and to teach. That's his purpose in life, to get these kids to be so excited about music. And then his spark is the music. So he doesn't have to be this big time musician, which would be nice, but he hadn't charted it in that lifetime. He charted to be an inspirational teacher. So that's his purpose, was to teach. His spark was the music he loved so much that helped him to inspire.
You know what's really cool? This just reminded me of something that Angus said on New Year's Eve during the trance event. Mm-hmm. He was saying that even if, okay, I'm paraphrasing the beginning part, but even if our lives are what we would think mundane as just a music teacher or whatever, and it's not the big jazz thing or whatever, right? Performer. When we get to the other side and we look back on our life, whether we're rich or poor, whatever, we are just thrilled with what we just lived.
Yeah.
And it's like he was talking about that just on New Year's Eve of how, we're just pleased with ourselves so much from what we just experienced. So that should make us really proud of whatever it is our lives, how we're doing, what we're doing in our life, living our life chart.
And that's why sometimes with clients that I had for past life regressions and such, and they would get past lives where they were these magnificent warriors, or they were, kings or queens, or something that made a huge impact on life. And then they get depressed because in this life they feel like, well, I'm just a grocery clerk.
Now I've definitely,
but actually that life, that past life, that current life that she was living at the time was her most significant life. Because she was actually helping people, everyone that was going down the line, and intimately doing it. By intimate, I mean that you're in close proximity, right? And so she was able to inspire people going through the line all day long. Where when she was a warrior, she did it in a magnificent scale, but she didn't have the interaction of each person that she touched.
That's cool.
And then it was more so because it was like she had to work through not having that big platform.
Right.
Let's see how you do whenever you're a grocery clerk and how you're going to live your life and what you're going to do. So then she just got it.
God, because when you were talking about it, it just made me think of a close friend of ours, a loved one who has had so many warrior lives.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, and then in this life, it's like, what the heck is wrong with my life?
Nothing.
It's like, it's missing, but it's not missing. It's fulfilling this whole nother aspect that we wanted to experience and learn from.
Yeah, and see how we do whenever it's not the spotlight on you. The spotlight is on the people that you're helping. And that's different because you get the pats on the back whenever you have this amazing platform. People love you, adore you for what you're doing. But let's see how you do whenever it's just you and nobody else knows what you're doing.
Right.
Sometimes it makes a difference to people. So that's why sometimes you think the more mundane life is not really anything to experience, but it could be your most significant life.
It's so fascinating because I think a lot of us can really understand that one because here we are watching these lives of the rich and famous that got started back when, right? Exactly. And it's all over the place, and we're just waitresses and grocery clerks, but that's okay. Amazing. So many different people. That's for sure.
You do know, Roxanne, what your purpose is. And it's basically it for everyone, is to help people around you, to help people find their way. And in turn, you find your way. So that's what your purpose is. Your spark is your healing, your cookies, the way that you nurture people. That's your spark. And and sometimes people think, well, I just bake. Well, that's your spark. That's what you love.
You could not be more right about that. Yeah. Because sometimes it gives us something to look forward to. Like, oh, I can't wait to have a baked goodie, right? Or whatever it is. It actually inspires us to have something to look forward to and bring some light into our experience. It's totally true.
Yeah. And as much as you guys know I hate cooking, whenever I do cook, I actually I say that Aeto. And then I put everybody that eats this meal, especially whenever I take it to other, like Thanksgiving or whatever, anybody who eats this food is going to feel magnificent. They're going to feel protected and loved. And then leave it at that. So that may not be my spark, but my purpose was to inspire,
exactly.
to help. Yeah.
See, that's a great example how we can do it. So many different ways.
Yeah. It would be just like, hair salon. It's like
that's cool.
Anybody that's in a situation where they're around a lot of people. And even if you're not, when you go for a walk, you were supposed to help somebody that was maybe thinking about taking their life. And you turned it around without even realizing it.
Exactly.
So you'll know once you get on the other side and you have that scanning machine, you'll say, oh, that made a difference?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I'm saying.
It just makes me think, or, you say hi to somebody or you're kind to somebody who was going through a moment
Especially
of
right
feeling
now.
like no hope.
Yeah.
Or never going to get to see their loved one again or whatever. And
Yeah.
it just might help to get them through one more hour or one more day.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, especially right now, though, Jen. With people, the way they're acting, some, they just don't. They're scared, too. Yeah. Well, I didn't find my spark till I was, 38? 40? Yeah. And then I thought it was something else. So you see,
Right.
but it leads you to it.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
Isn't
It's
that the truth?
Pulling, that you're going to see that she's being pulled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, B. Hi, B.
Hi, B. And actually, B is the one that turned me on to this movie.
Yes. And we have to talk about this fabulous movie.
We don't know the name of it, and I'm not going to tell you because I don't remember.
It's Dance with the White Dog. Oh, that was so sweet of you, B. Thank you for my Christmas present.
Yeah.
That was so sweet. I was like, where did this come from? Talk about being sent from an angel.
I know.
and then B is our angel on earth. So we're gonna have to do that one too. Nana, I would have loved.
What's an agony ant?
I don't know what that is.
Huh. It sounds painful.
Yeah, really. Okay. So Vera, did you want to do a birthmark next?
Oh, let's see. What were we going to do?
We have
Dreams.
Birthmark and Dreams.
So let's do birthmark last.
Okay. So we have one.
So I start talking about that thing and I get hot. That movie because I'm so excited. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's
See,
like
Jacob, you got it early, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so excited about this movie, because young people are going to be seeing it.
So, Sammy, I wrote down your dream, Sammy.
Well, I've been an agony aunt for many, many years.
What's an agony aunt? Sorting out other people's problems.
You still have time, Nana. Come on. You're not too old. And people want their spark to be something magnificent. Well, what if your spark is just being able to talk to people and inspire? It's just
That's
talking.
huge. Like you'll see in the movie, he inspires one of his students, this girl.
Because she kept wanting to quit.
And she had talent. And sometimes we want to quit because there's stress going on in our lives, or there's programming, or we just feel listless and whatever it is. But then getting that, igniting that spark.
Well, she was being teased.
Oh, that's what it was.
Because she was in elementary school and she was really good, and the kids just started making fun of her. They thought it was funny that she was so good. But that laughter is sometimes nervous laughter, and it's sometimes it masks like, wow, she's really good, but let's make fun of her because we're kids.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like an amazing. So he helped her life and the other student before, the one that went into it.
And it was so
inspiring.
Interesting because when 22 was in Joe's body, and then the little girl came and said, take your trombone back. I don't want to do it. And so 22 went and sat on the staircase, right? And they sat, and she goes, here, I don't want to do it anymore. So 22 goes, okay. And she's looking at him like, aren't you going to inspire me to, talk me into keep doing it? And then she goes, well, wait a minute. Maybe I should play a tune for you, and then I'll decide. And then it was so fabulous. Even 22 is going, wow, why do you want to quit? And that's when she's like, okay, I think I'll keep it.
That just rings within the soul,
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, thank
Aw,
you.
Thank you. You know, what?
You are so funny. Well, that's so cute. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're going to talk about dreams now.
That's totally funny.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I had a dream last night, and now Sammy's dream was from the night before.
She already told it.
Yeah, but I wrote it down. Did you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll do Sammy's dream first. Okay. So Sammy texted.
You could just have read it on the screen. She wrote it out.
Yeah, but there's a little bit. Well, okay.
Didn't she? Or she has more on this one?
There's more on this one.
Okay, then go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Oh, no, it's okay. All right. So Sammy's dream was that she and I were translating something. It had strange symbols and letters. It kind of looked like long time back. So strange symbols and letters, and one symbol was a triangle with a circle in it. Mm-hmm. And we were doing a good job, too. Vera was there, but was not visible. We were shoulder to shoulder, and we were just poring over this text, and we were so focused and knowledgeable. Sounds great. We'll take it. Okay, Vera, what do you think about that? You were saying that you felt like it was kind of like symbolic for a certain message, but also kind of past life too?
Well, I got past life.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
cool.
Yeah, so it was something that you guys had worked on before, and it had to do with symbology, of course, but it had something to do with translating that symbology into what lives are going to be affected in this lifetime.
Do you think it was Atlantean?
No.
It was some other...
It feels more like that nun-ish monk thing.
You mean when we couldn't talk?
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, it wasn't that life, but it was
in that time period?
Yeah. Well, not time period so much. It was, you guys were like in a monastery, and you were researching, going through texts about ancient times, but how it's going to help people in the future.
How cool. Mm-hmm. But you were there in spirit then?
She said I was there, but in the background.
So you were there.
Right.
You were in the room, as they say.
Yeah.
Got you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sammy, for remembering that cool dream. It's like, that's neat. I love these really cool dreams where they're glimpses into past lives or the other side or even symbolic messages for now.
Yeah.
Even our release dreams.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I had a dream I got to share with you.
Okay.
Because you had this one thought about it that I thought was really cool. What?
No, keep going.
Okay.
She can't. She's a Gemini. What did I miss?
You got me pegged. You know me pretty good. Yeah. Well, last night I woke up this morning with this dream, and it was one of my nieces, and I found this. Oh, you know how dreams are weird, but I found a Yoda necklace. It was actually really pretty. It had
actually want one.
It had a little baby. I've never seen it or anything. It was just this weird dream. It was a baby Yoda head with cute little hairs. But the bottom of it was really pretty with these crystals were hanging down. Mm-hmm. It was gorgeous, actually. And it was like this kind of like really light, soft green colors. And I ran into my niece, and her friends were around her. She's young. And her friends were around her. And I really loved the necklace, but I wanted to give it to her. I felt like I should give it to her because what she was wearing was the same color as the crystals, and I felt like it was meant to be hers. So I gave it to her, and she loved it and everything. But then I said something like, I go, oh, this, so-and-so. This reminds me of when you were a little girl, and whatever it was that I said about that. And then she got embarrassed because her friends were there, and she put a blanket over us so that they couldn't see us. Mm-hmm. So what I told you this morning, you had a really good insight about that.
Yeah. That people are still trying to cover your light.
Cover my light. Yeah. And I just thought, wow, that's, sometimes we get so close to a situation, but you're so right about that.
And it's family, so it's even more significant.
Yeah, because that side of my family is very, I guess, born again or what have you. And so that they're not open at all to, at least from what I've experienced with them, they're not open to what I do, what I believe, I mean, yeah, the art maybe, but not the other part. And so I thought that's
well, they don't even like your art because it's
because of what it represents. It's too out there.
Right.
So anyhow, I just thought that was an amazing example of a symbolic, working through, still working through it. So it's really amazing how we get these messages in our dreams to, it's kind of a great reminder to not hide our light or whatever it is that we're working on in our life. So, no matter what it is, we'll get these memories and these dreams. And when we wake up, it inspires us to, whether it's own our truth and not be afraid of rejection, just an example,
right,
or what have you, right? Did anybody have any dreams that you'd like to share?
Somebody's talking about jade. What does that has to do with anything? I don't know.
Oh, maybe because when I was talking about the Yoda necklace, but it was a super, super soft,
the color,
lime kind of color.
I'm sure.
It was almost like, it was almost like this, but yeah, it was really, really light, like this kind of color. Yeah. But anyway, so.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just love the symbols and dreams. It's neat.
Yeah.
I had a dream.
I know we had yours on there too. So you had your angels smiting your Christmas tree. So how did you feel about that in the dream? Because that's pretty much they were just knocking them down. So it makes a difference on how you felt. Because trees represent knowledge. So it was like something you're working through that maybe you're gaining so much more spiritual knowledge that you're not used to because maybe somebody told you it's not real.
It's not okay,
so then
or it's bad. Or...
Yeah. So that's what I get from that. So you're just working that out.
Shock. He was in shock.
Yeah. Well, there you go. All right. Next dream.
Okay.
Sammy's dream.
Yeah, we just talked about Sammy's dream.
Okay.
But here's a fun one.
Okay.
How's it go? We're off to
that one.
The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to tell them?
Yeah. Oh, what was my dream?
It'll take 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's 2 seconds because I had a dream. You know the wake up dreams, like you wake up and then you fall back to sleep dream. That's what I had this morning, and it was Chrissy and I, Trexler and Sammy were behind me, and there was other people behind, but I was focused on going forward.
Were we all like arm in arm?
Yes. And we were skipping. I told Chrissy, I have not skipped in I don't know how long.
Was there a dog or a cat with us?
No. Not that I could tell.
I'm just kidding, because Toto and all. But that's fun. So we were skipping on the yellow brick road.
Ooh, that's good tack, though.
And I think that's really cool.
Bubbling up. I love it. I mean, I know it's hard, but nightmares they were actually amazing because they do really help you. You're getting all of that negativity out.
See, that's great.
Yeah.
That's like when we take off the Band-Aid because we're ready to heal the wound, whatever it might be.
But anyway, the yellow brick road, we were so excited because we finally knew where we were going. We finally knew because we were all on the same page. And because Angus is always honest because we're not on the same page, right? He's always saying that. So this dream was, and nothing's really changed in true life, but this dream, it was like, we were like, oh my God, thank God, onward. Because we knew our destination.
I so much want to make a joke about flying monkeys and the old administration. But we make it through, right? We make it through.
How did you feel about a burger chasing you, Natalie?
Ooh, that makes me want to have a burger.
Are you on a diet for the new year? That might be what you're working through, too.
In nightmares...
No more people dimming our light. That's gone.
In nightmares...
2021, no more.
We can turn around and face our fear, whatever it is, and turn the dream around. So maybe you could turn around and take
time for you not to avoid tack.
Turn around and take a bite out of that burger.
Yeah, there you go. But she said it was funny. It wasn't
scary. Good.
Yeah. I hope it was an In-N-Out burger. Those are good. Okay, is that all for dreams? Does anybody else have a dream? I don't know about up there.
Oh, I don't see.
Oh, here's Jacqueline has one. Hi, Jacqueline.
All right, Jacqueline, what you have
okay.
here?
That one was a past life where you were, oh God, what's it called?
Oh, Earthbound.
Earthbound. And so you're working through that. Yeah. Even though it may be like the dream might have been current life environment or the way clothes, but still it was something that you had that still was very difficult for you back then, because you kept going up to people and, trying to talk to them, and they just kept walking and you just kept wandering around until finally you went to the light. Somebody helped you get to the light. One of those, well, I'm not going to bring up the movie anymore. I've done it enough.
Okay. There we go. All right.
How many soul tribers have the golden keys? All of
Have
you
the
guys
golden
did.
keys.
Didn't they? Most of them?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That was so interesting because that theme was golden keys.
I know. That was cool. That's coming up in my art, too. I can't wait. I want to do some angels with golden keys. It's going to be awesome.
I see. That's just you working through issues about eating.
Because right now, I'll stop there. I don't want to say too much about some of the upcoming angel art. I can't wait. So much I want to do.
Why not? Just bring it up.
I know. Because, well, a lot of the angels already that I have are embodiments of certain golden keys, but I can't wait to do. I just want to do so many more.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
and you will.
Yeah. About a week ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But ants is actually a good dream, because ants have everything. They kind of know when it's, they know when they have to have food in surplus. They know that they have to work together to do it. So that's a fabulous dream.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Even though our dreams might seem just totally disjointed and strange and like, what is that? Or it wouldn't mean much, but it actually does.
And go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. I was just going to say the symbology is just really cool.
Yeah, and going right into that power wheel. Power.
And you're behind the wheel?
Yep. Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, so those are good.
Very. Okay.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We have one out already.
We have it on SCS. We're going to be doing those classes there.
I know, but we have our class already that people can get.
No, we don't.
Why not?
Because they don't want to take it down.
Well, we can put it back up.
Yeah.
We do have an angel class already that you guys can take. It's part 1, part 2, and you could take one or two, both, whatever. So we'll put it back up because I don't know why we took it down.
Yeah.
But anyway, so there is one that you can take.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Very cool. Yeah.
Ooh, pink is good. Rejuvenation. That's a good one, Nana. Very nice.
Okay, Vera.
Are
you ready for the birthmark?
Yes.
All right.
I know I'm like lost. I went into the zone. I went into the box.
She was there. All right. So let me pull that up.
We all are ants.
Let's see here.
But they work together. We got to learn how to do that.
Okay. While you're reading that, let me go get the birthmarks. Okay,
There's only one.
All right.
Leslie X.
Okay. I'm pulling it up right now.
I didn't write the question down, so.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. Right now.
And Stephanie, what were you talking about that manuscript? I don't know why that was brought up.
Okay, give me a sec.
I want to look it up.
All right.
I'll do that. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
we're just
intermission.
Yeah.
Okay. This will just take 1 second. All right, Leslie X. Okay, let's go find X instead.
Oh, well, how are you guys doing today?
Okay. Oh, shoot. Is she towards the...
She's towards the end. I wanted to also talk about, because we had one of our soul tribers I had put on there that her mother and uncle were contacted COVID.
There she is.
And then, she had an update where they were doing better. And that's what I posted, that they were doing better. But 6 o'clock this morning, I got a message that her uncle took a turn for the worse. So he's not better. Her mother is kind of stable, but there's complications that she's going to have to work through the rest of her life, I believe. So I just wanted to let you guys know that while we're waiting.
Okay, and now for the question. All right, so Leslie X, her question is, my moles also remind me of star constellations. I thought this as a child, and even today when I look at my legs, I become almost entranced by them. It's an intuitive thought, not something I try to come up with. It generates a deep feeling in me. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it is Leslie X.
Okay, so what I picked up for Leslie was that her job in a past life was that she would go from planet to planet and pick up people that wanted to go into different other planets to help them start civilization or help them to understand what was going through, because they had the knowledge base to do it, so that they could teach others on different planets. So that's her love. Her love was being able to pick these people up, because then she was able to talk to them as they were beaming down, right? And they would talk about what they were supposed to be doing once they got there.
That's so cool.
She loved that. She just loved it. So, but Earth was her favorite for some reason. She loved dropping people off at Earth, probably because we need the most help.
Really. Yeah.
So, so it was a reminder of her love for and of planets helping each other. So that was something she wanted to remember in this lifetime. And it's also I picked up she has a really deep connect with Crab Nebula and Pleiades. So I don't know if she was from one of them or she just really loved the inhabitants of those planets. But there's something that she loves about those two systems. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
What could be cooler than helping worlds and going, in space, being able to go to different planetary systems?
Where's Dylan?
It's just cool. Yeah. That is so cool.
So that's why when she looks down at her legs, she gets lost in
amazing.
That time.
No wonder.
Yeah, we are a needy bunch.
Yeah. Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What's
the
sad?
The stories that they would have to tell after going to these different planets.
Somebody said it's sad.
That's probably for the prayers for the uncle and the mother.
Oh, got it. Yeah. I know it is, and it just shows you. It just takes a turn like that. Yeah. Because her uncle was able to eat one day, and the next day he was out. He was down. So they're already putting tubes in him and everything like that. So yeah, but that's and then with this mutated virus that's in America now. It's been in Europe. It's
showing up here
110,000 times more contagious than the COVID. So we've got to start doing the right thing, or we're not going to have anybody on this earth, which might be, I don't know, tough.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, how many lives are lost at this point? It's huge.
Oh, I'm going to look that up. I already have it on my computer. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. Ooh, cool, Natalie. Cool.
That is.
Well, you had a past life there. You're not from there. You're from the other side.
It's so fascinating, too, because I'm not sure if we shared this yet or not, but one of the things Angus was telling us through Vera is that there are different entities from other planets, I mean, literally from them, that are on Earth right now to help.
Right.
Of course, we don't know who they are because they look like us. They don't look like, very strange looking aliens or anything.
Yeah, see?
Because these different planetary systems are all human looking, but just like the different races that we have here on Earth. That's what we look like on these different planetary systems. Like Crab Nebulae, I believe, is more of the Native American looking and Hispanic looking features, and etc. I'm trying to remember if Andromeda is more of the light and fair blonde.
No,
or
I don't
not.
remember.
I don't remember them. I just remember the Crab Nebulae the most.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
Right, exactly. All right.
Yeah. Okay, well, that is it as far as everything on my list. How about you, Vera?
That is too. But I wanted to bring up something too of this remarkable young man that was in one of my hypnosis classes in Sylvia's office. His name is Trevor, and the minute he walked in the door, I was in love.
Aww.
He exudes. He's like a magnet that you want to go over there and just hug him and grab his cheeks and just pinch, because he is just so adorable. His essence, his aura is just so friendly and caring and loving.
Wow.
But in this lifetime, he chose to experience mental illness, because we come in with something we want to experience, right? So he's been working through that this whole time. And if you would just be in the room with him for a few minutes, you would think, oh my God, this guy has it together. Not that you don't when you have something that you're going through, like mental illness and things like that. But it's just something that, he just has this love is all I can say that's around this man. He's just so amazing. But he's dealing with this mental illness, and he had and I have permission to say this, I've asked him already. He had a setback around the holidays where he tried to commit suicide. Well,
I don't think he meant to, though, right?
No, he did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
I see.
But I should have said, I don't want to trigger people. So, oh gosh, I should have said this before, because I'm talking about suicide. So if it's something that is going to trigger you, please get off now. I'm so sorry. I just thought about it. I should have had that said first. But the thing is that it's the resilience of the human psyche in our soul that, we bounce back, and it doesn't make it go away, but it's just something that, we go through, and it's also for the experience of all of us, right?
Exactly.
So he had been taking this one medication that was working really well, but then he started developing a rash on his hands, and he told the doctor, and one of the side effects was that. But once you get this rash, the doctor said, get off of the medication now. But I'm sure the doctor meant, I shouldn't have said now. The doctor told him to get off the medication. So Trevor went cold turkey. And when you're on
Something
antidepressants,
like
you have to wean yourself off.
Right.
So within 3 days, he was not in a good place. So he just said, it's on his Facebook post that he just saw these pills and just started taking them all. It was just, it's you get to a point where you think nothing's working and nothing's ever going to work. And then you have this moment where you make this decision, and then you kind of can't take it back.
Right, yeah.
But his husband found him in the nick of time, and so they were able to take him to the hospital. He was in a coma for like 10 days or 5 days, but then he was still out of it for another 5 days. So, but he's back now, and he's trying to get himself back together. So I'm asking for prayers for Trevor and for everybody that's dealing with mental illness. And I hope to have him someday on as a
That would be amazing.
A guest.
I would
you
love
guys
that.
Will fall in love with him, and I would love for him to be with us on the center to help.
Yeah.
Because he understands
what it feels like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I've been depressed. I know but I'm not clinically depressed. So I really don't understand fully. I have empathy, especially whenever you're doing regressions and things like that. But he's my little teddy bear. I mean, I just love him so much. But yeah, so if we can do that for him, that would be great.
I just wanted to say, because one of the things that I saw on the Facebook, his post, was that people tell him that he's very complimented by people telling him that he's like a teddy bear. And I just wanted to say, because he's going through the post-traumatic stress from abuse. And when I was going through a similar thing, you don't believe that about yourself. Other people see it in you, like for him, that quality. But we don't see it because we don't think that we're worthwhile. We don't see our goodness or our light and everything.
Yeah.
And so I think and it's there, but we just don't see it, just like you saw it when he walked in. So it's like, it's amazing to know that, like one of the things Angus said is see yourself the way those who love you see you, not through the eyes of your enemies. Like that's how they're treated, right? So it's through the eyes of those who love us. So even when we can't see it for ourselves, if we can listen to what those who love us are saying and try to take away that blinder of that self-criticisms and self-view to start to believe that goodness that we have. And that's what we could pray for him too, is for him to see himself with that teddy bear and that beautiful quality within himself.
So, but we still, we have different ways spiritually of dealing with mental illness or to make us get out of depression. But this is, is clinical, deep. It's not like something that's, you might be depressed for a couple of weeks. This is something they have to work through the rest of their lives, right?
Exactly.
And until we find a way that it doesn't, and it fixes the chemical imbalance kind of thing. So we got to be very careful because doctors are around for a reason. So we have to be, diagnosed, and you have to do what you think is right for you, seeing your doctor, holistic doctor, whatever it is. But we can't be giving medical advice about you should do this and you should take this. We add to it with our spirituality.
Exactly.
But you have to take care of yourself, the physical part as well as the spiritual part.
And yes, Nana, we do chart that too.
Yes. My mom was bipolar, but back then they didn't have a diagnosis for it. And it was like I remember when I was like 6, maybe 5 or 6. And I remember my mom, they were coming in and taking her out in a stretcher. And she was just losing it. She was babbling, and I was like scared to death.
Oh.
But then at that time it was like, okay, go in your room, because nobody wants you to see it. But you're a child. You know that there's something wrong.
Yeah, of course.
And so it's a scary thing for kids too. But it's still, she was such a loving mother. She was amazing. So
I don't know why YouTube hides comments that are fine, right? Yeah.
Special books by special kids. That's awesome. I bet that's really good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, we all have our challenges, right? We do. But the mental illness should not be a stigma anymore. And I think it's come a long way. Because back then it was like, oh, don't talk about Josie having a mental breakdown.
Right.
So now at least it's out in the open. But we have to not have this stigma so that people will go for help. I still have clients that won't go because they're afraid their job will find out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, yeah. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
We do the best we can with what we know, right?
Yeah, and that's where this spiritual philosophy and these different tools help to add to that spiritual toolbox to get us through life.
Yeah, yeah.
And all our challenges that we face.
Yeah. But like Sylvia said, God made doctors too, right?
Yes, even teddy bears do need hugs. That's cute.
Oh, he got a lot of hugs. I'm telling you guys, whenever we were in class, everybody was always hugging Trevor. He's so cute.
Aw.
Yeah. No, it's not an easy journey. Yeah. But look at you.
Yeah, and that's the amazing thing is that we find ourselves through this dark night of the soul, don't we?
Yeah.
That dark forest.
Exactly.
Awesome. That's where we find our light.
Yeah. There it goes.
So cool. Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been a really awesome Saturday afternoon.
It has
so much fun. All kinds of cool dreams and chart aspects of our chart.
And being together and going through it. That's the key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amen.
Well, we can keep looking at the screen, or we can say,
we love you all.
We love you.
And Vera?
From our heart to yours, journey with us. I'm going to